So in Ireland at the moment we've nearly 12,000 homeless people. For a number of years that figure has been climbing.
For me, homelessness is not like a lifestyle. You know, maybe some people thinking long term, I want to get out of it.
They went from sleeping rough in the Phoenix Park to receiving master's degrees.
Please welcome Jay and Alan. Bobinac.
I think the amount of money I had at the time was about, let's say, 700 euros. So I knew from day one that I was going to be living on the street.
You're dealing with weather and you're dealing with climate. But beyond that, you're dealing with violence on the street.
He was surrendered by 3-4.
وبعد واحد منهم سقساني where are you from بعد قلت له Algeria
He said he's from Algeria. Another one come from behind and start to beat me.
I started off smoking hash and then from then it was ecstasy, cocaine, heroin. So I've done a lot of prison as well, you know.
Oh, you've been in jail?
All for a long time, yeah.
How long?
14 years I've done.
14 years?
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Okay.
For quite some time now, there's been a housing crisis in Ireland, and with that comes an increase in the number of people living on the streets. When I see the stories of 80-year-olds facing homelessness and attacks on homeless people, I ask the question, what's the stories of the people living on the streets?
I'm at the Lighthouse Cafe, a part of an organization called Tiglin. They help the homeless and people with addiction. And today, I'm going to be joining them, feeding the homeless and hearing their stories.
Oh, hi Joseph, welcome. My name is Alan. I work here as service manager at the Lighthouse. So the Lighthouse itself, it's a homeless outreach cafe. We're open 6 days a week and 4 evenings.
And how long have you been doing this, Alan?
So I've been involved here for 6 years.
All right.
Originally, this place was a bus. It was a big green bus called the No Bus. So at the time I was homeless, and myself and my brother went there as clients, and we met the charity's chairman, Aubrey McCarthy, and through meeting him, we were able to get into housing, and then from there on, we were able to progress on to education. And now we work for Tiglin.
Wow, I mean, that's fantastic. That's the fact that you were once homeless yourself and you came in through these doors and now you're getting to run this facility. I mean, that's just amazing.
Hey, I think that's the whole point of this charity. You help people who need help, and then you provide them with opportunities.
Wow.
Different people have different potentials, and they'll go into different areas, but it's all about exploiting their potential.
Our next guests have an inspirational story. They went from sleeping rough in the Phoenix Park to receiving master's degrees.
Please welcome Jay and Alan. Bobinac to tell us all about their inspirational story.
So we were born in Croatia on an island called Krk. It's a beautiful place, but it can be a hard place to find work and get into education. So when I was 18, we bought a one-way ticket for me to go to Ireland. I think the amount of money I had at the time was about, let's say, 700 euros. So I knew from day one that I was going to be living on the street. I had a suitcase, so I would go around, I would print out my CV, and I would give them out to different businesses. In the beginning, I thought it was going to be a few weeks, and I'll find work, and I'll get by, you know. It didn't take me long to realize it was going to be a lot more difficult. My brother Jay joined me after 4 months, and the reason for that was I got a day's work with, it was picking fruits, and I think it was 50 euros. That was the first money I ever made, and I used that money to get him a ticket to get here. Then I came over in January of 2016, and when I first came, I wasn't quite sure what the situation was, although I was pretty sure that it was living on the streets. We were staying Stephen's Green, which is, you know, famous park, and Phoenix Park.
You know, Alan, hearing your story and how you told me about the 15 euro, it just resonated with me a lot, because I also came into this country as an immigrant. I came in from the war in Ukraine, and it just connects with me so dearly.
I think what we do is a real tangible thing, and it does make an impact in the lives of others. And I think we come from that journey, so we have an insight of what people need. So I suppose we try to use that insight in our daily work, especially all in here is 300 people per day, so it's a big, tough work. So people that come here, they also need clothes. So you know, when you're sleeping on the street and it's raining, you get wet. So then you need socks, you need underwear, perhaps you need toiletries like shampoo, or you need a brand new jacket. So that's what we have here.
Wow. And all these are donations?
It's all donations. So even sometimes people just knock on the door because they know us, okay, and they just drop in a few bags. We'll have anything from extra small to triple XL.
Wow. So this is like a mini supermarket. I probably might get something for me at the end of the day.
The only thing that's missing is the prices.
All right. But it's meant to be free. That's it. That's the goal. Yeah.
If I can show you the fridge,
okay,
and the pantry over there.
All right.
This is the pantry here, and you would have anything from tea and coffee, sugar, to tins. You know, tins of beans, tins of tomatoes, soup, anything we can store here. So we have a big walk-in industrial fridge, which I can show you inside. So, and here I think we have to give props to Food Cloud. I don't know if you're familiar with the charity, but essentially what they do is they get food from different shops, such as Aldi, Tesco, Lidl, that's gonna go out of date soon, and they deliver it to different charities that need it. Wow. So we get deliveries from them every day, and that's the food that's gonna go out of date, but it's still fresh. Without Food Cloud, that food would have been in the bin. Wow. And we feed 300 people a day, 6 days a week.
Today is going to be chicken curry, and we have wings with a teriyaki sauce. So if you'd like to come on in and take a look around. Come on in, you can help me with do some chicken here.
Okay.
So we're prepping the chicken. So first of all, I need you to put on some work gloves, these certain gloves like this.
It's been a while. Well, I do cook actually. I do cook.
I'm going to see exactly, in 1 minute, exactly how much you cook.
All right, all right. I'm ready to go.
You're telling the truth or telling fibs?
I'm ready to go for it. All right, what do I do?
Okay, so yeah, I need you to chop this.
And how many meals do you make a day?
We're usually serving around, we're looking to serve around 250 meals.
I can't wait to help you give out the food.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. You can be.
And how long does it take you to give out the food on a typical day?
We are serving food from 1 to 4:30.
Okay, at least you're gonna show me around today, and you've got an extra hand in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, 3 actually. So yeah. See how useful you guys are.
Yeah. How was my chopping technique, by the way?
Chopping technique. Yeah, we can work on it. We'll work on it, Joseph. We'll work on it, Joseph.
I think you're being harsh on me right now.
I am.
Well,
high expectations.
Yeah, exactly. Were you homeless yourself? Have you been?
I have been homeless. Yeah. No, I was homeless. Unfortunately for me, I was able to, first of all, get transitional housing through.
How did that happen? How did you become homeless first?
Drug addiction. Yeah. No, I was working at the time as well. I was actually a restaurant manager, and I was actually earning, well, good enough money, but my addiction was costing me more than I earned. So, yeah, eventually I became homeless, and initially then would have spent a couple of months maybe couch surfing, staying with friends, renting a room for a month somewhere. But at that time, my drug addiction had taken over, so I didn't really have any control over, putting money aside or being able to pay rent. It would be everything I earned went towards.
And how did you come out of that cycle?
I went into recovery, and I've been in recovery now for nearly 6 years, and it helps working here. I also am involved in a 12-step program. And I use the resources that I have there to maintain a sober life.
I founded Tiglin in 2008 along with our CEO, Phil Thompson, because we saw that there was a need in the community, and it was to help individuals who had come undone in life. We wanted to see if we could make a difference by offering rehabilitation that would be holistic and it would deal with all life-controlling issues, whether that's education, housing, addiction. So in Ireland at the moment we've nearly 12,000 homeless people. For a number of years that figure has been climbing. You're dealing with weather, you're dealing with climate. But beyond that, you're dealing with violence on the street. We've had stories of some of our guests at the Lighthouse being urinated on, just been picked on. And you're dealing with individuals who have literally, they've fallen down on hard times and they ended up homeless on the streets. To see them being picked on by other people out partying or whatever, it's so unfair and so unjust.
While Gardaí said they're investigating an incident in North Dublin, the Irish Times reports that a number of men with dogs, sticks and a baseball bat attacked a makeshift migrant camp in Ashtown where 8 men, mostly Europeans, were living.
Not quite long, Mustafa, an immigrant from Algeria, who also volunteers at the Lighthouse, was attacked on the streets of Dublin in another incident. I decided to spend some time with Mustafa to hear his story.
So, Mustafa, I actually heard your story on Twitter and from Aubrey. What happened?
كنت بتجول في المدينة وبعدين وصلت للحديقة هذيك ريحت ثماك وجاز فات عليا جماعة من الشباب.
He was in city center, and from city center he went to the park here to meet a friend there. He raised the park around 7:30 p.m. 7-8 fella come to him.
واحد منهم رشني بالقرعة تاع كوكا.
One of them they threw the beverage in his jacket and in his face. He was surrendered by 3-4.
وبعد واحد منهم سقساني where are you from, where are you from. بعد قلت له
and they asked him where he from, come here, wanna talk
بعد قلت
to him.
له بعد قلت له Algeria.
He said he from Algeria. Another one come from behind and start to beat him.
وصلوني حتى للسبيطار عندي في طروة ريبس مكسرين.
He have fracture his 3 ribs and he fell and then he couldn't walk.
ودرت عملية
They come an
جراحة.
Irish woman. She said you are okay, and she tried to
أيوة.
help him.
كي
And she
داروا.
called the guard and she stayed with him until the end.
أيوة اتصلت على
And then he
صديقي.
called me from hospital. I said to him, I am on the way. They put him in the emergency. There they put these wires. They check his blood. And after hour, the doctor said he have to do surgery. And I have to translate to him. I have to tell him everything. His lung was burst, and they have to make a hole in his ribs here. And they make a hole and they put the pipe to take the air because he couldn't breathe. Yeah. And then they sent me to family room there, and I was there. I said, you have to stay here because they start to do the surgery. The doctor was there. And after hour and a half, the nurse came and said, you can come to see him. And I saw the pipe like that. I was sad, but and the bad news, after 30 minutes, the doctor came again and he said, probably he have to do another surgery. He was terrified. He was really trauma.
And this experience, did it make you lose faith in Ireland?
لا مستحيل
no.
مستحيل.
The other day I was here, I came here and it was his birthday and I saw them sing a birthday and he was almost emotional.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mustafa. Happy birthday to So we're running out of candles on the plate because there's no candles. That chap is 50 or 60. What age is that? Anyway, thanks a million. Listen, enjoy the night and behave yourself.
Go on.
Tell me, how has working here changed him? How has it?
بيان سور الشغل اللي هنا يعلمك بزاف صوالح كي تخدم لها كي شغل ديجا شخصيا انا ما نحس باللي راني في الغربه كي شغل راك مع العائله تاعك هذه الاولى.
Here they teach a lot. He got lots of experience, and here he feel like his homeland. He feel very comfortable to work with people here. Have great support.
وزيد حاجه مليحه كي تعاون الناس وتتعامل مع الناس وزيد تتعلم بزاف صوالح.
He help the people. He have dealing with people, the homeless people, the guests who come here inside. We have a tea, coffee, and a dinner. He feel very good doing this things here in Ireland and in Lighthouse.
God, thank you, God. I pray for patience and tolerance today, Lord. I pray that we can show love instead of hate today, Lord. I ask you to bless this food onto the people's bodies, Lord, and let them come in and have fellowship and fill the place with love today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Oh my God.
That's not a good start.
We all do that.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Joseph.
I'm Steve. It's lovely to see you.
Lovely
Joseph.
to see
Very
you.
nice.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing it? Well, I believe that everybody's important and we want to just serve people and love them in whatever way we can. There you go.
That's beautiful.
After giving out the food, I decided to go hang out with some of the guests to hear their stories. But I didn't leave without hearing what the chef had to say about my performance in the kitchen.
Listen, Joseph, it's been great having you in the kitchen. Thanks very much for your help. You're very easy to work with.
How do you think I performed?
You're good, yeah. They definitely got potential.
All right.
I think the raw material is there. I think I need to mold it a bit, but you're definitely there.
What's your name, sir?
Aubrey.
Lovely to meet you. How was the day? Nice weather.
Yeah, I was inside most of the day. I was helping friends, something on the computer, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about you. Where you from? You seem to have
Poland.
an accent. Oh,
From
you're
Poland,
from Poland?
yeah.
What brought you to Ireland?
Well, a lot of things, but I've been working here, studying, but now I ended up in the hostel, basically since the lockdown. But it's not, the lockdown wasn't the main cause. Well, that kind of personal thing, so...
What happened here?
It's kind of like personal, like family matters, I kind of lost touch with the family. Now, I want to fix it, but sometimes you have to kind of... keep quiet, and take your time off,
Yeah.
And I like this place because I already know a lot of people, so basically, you kind of make friends here.
So for you, it's more like a place where you find connection, where you...
Yeah, obviously I get food here as well because I don't have any social welfare, so basically this place feeds me. But yes, because there's other options too. I could go for food.
Yeah.
But I come here because I like people. I like the vibe. Because there'll be people from different kind of backgrounds and with different stories, and I already know them for a long time. So.
Are you looking forward to working your way out of this situation?
Yeah, I don't for me, homelessness is not like a lifestyle. Maybe some people treat it long term. I want to get out of this, but I have to do it with my own kind of. There's a moment when you feel like you can start again. When you fix your things. So now I want to get a job and everything, just back to normal life as I had. Maybe different after homelessness, but normal in the sense of job.
What have you learned in these last few years of your life being homeless?
Well, I learned a lot about me. In the place where I stay, you have to be really focused. It's a place that can be rough, So you can't be so chatty, open with everyone as you used to. But it doesn't mean that there are bad people there. But there are people who have some issues, stories, So, and also you have to mind your stuff because simply, for example, things might disappear, your phone, your wallet, or whatever. So I learned a lot how to be kind of focused. You have to be calm inside. But I also met a lot of great people there. So I don't want to put everyone in a kind of box. It's just a bit rough as a place. overall, yes.
Hey Joseph,
Hello.
welcome to Tiglin.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Nigel is my name.
Nigel, lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
So what goes on here?
At Tiglin we provide support for men who are addicted to life-controlling substances and gambling as well. So we offer help. It's a 16-month program. They go through four induction, phase 1, 2 and 3. And then they would find educational pieces here. We have SETU deliver a course here. We have our own educational pieces. We also have our work program. So this is the woodwork room.
Okay.
When the guys come to Tiglin, they have an opportunity to start working or get some life skills. And this would be a huge part of what we do. We develop boards that are shipped far and wide. This is also an opportunity to get on the community employment scheme.
I love the fact that you are able to not just help people break out from their addictions, but also like give people a new pathway to work. That's like fantastic, because it's not just about breaking free. If they're not having something to do, you know, they're gonna come. They say an idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Absolutely,
you know?
yeah.
So when you've got something to do, that's fills your mind up.
Structure is a huge part of the recovery process, and this helps the individual to develop, you know, some discipline in their own lives, and being attentive in the workshop carries out into other fields as well. Yeah.
You've just finished this one now?
Yeah, so this is waxed up.
So how do you put the Tiglin thing on?
That's burnt on. Has to be
Okay.
burnt on, yeah.
So see the logo? That's all burnt on.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you burn it.
Yeah, but waxed, doesn't wax there.
So wax.
Waxed.
And it looks premium.
Yeah, oh, it is premium, yeah.
Right, show them the ones you've done over there. We sell those. We have a cafe down in Greystones. And so Michael does all the hard work and I get all the money for it.
That's fantastic. Can we be partners?
Exactly. But they sell good, usually around Christmas time, but also if you have a politician, the president has one in his kitchen. The Minister for Justice has one in his kitchen. So a lot of them, Minister for Education have the one, you know, so we make sure the Tiglin name gets out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Michael, tell me a bit about how did you get here? Tell me a bit about your story.
Well, I'm 6 months here, going to be 7 months here now. So I was a broken man at death's door. I'm on drugs 25 years. So yeah, this place has really changed my life. Yeah.
How has your life changed?
Oh, I got restoration with my kids.
How did you get into drugs?
Oh, so young age. Started off smoking hash, and then from then it was ecstasy, cocaine, heroin. So I've done a lot of prison as well, you know.
Oh, you've been in jail?
Oh, for a long time, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How long?
14 years old.
14 years?
Yeah.
How old are you?
48.
48. And you spent 14 years in jail. That's like...
I'll be 30s. 29 I came out when I was 40.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Life.
Do you think you could have built your life back on the streets?
No, I couldn't.
Why?
Because I needed help. I was broken. I was a broken man, so I came here and got the help I needed.
And what would you say to people with addiction?
Can't get help. You have to get help. You can't do this on your own, you know. We need professional help in this place. That's what it gives.
That's why I came here to listen to stories.
Oh, this is real, yeah. This is real. Yeah. But if you seen me 6 months ago, I understood here and talking. You tell you, yeah, I was a different man 6 months ago.
Yeah, very broken. Like a lot of the guys, we use the word broken, but someone who's been affected hugely by substance abuse through a lifetime of addiction, we become very conscious of what we have done in our lives. Confidence is on an all-time low. Me and Michael sometimes wouldn't look at you in the eye when he's talking to you. Trust was a bigger issue. And now he's a different person. He stands strong.
I see that.
He's very confident in his ways, you know.
Afterwards, I got to spend some time with the CEO, Phil Thompson, who showed me further around the facility, highlighting several other projects.
There could be anything getting ready at the moment, but normally it's carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, that kind of relatively easy to grow crops. This is more about therapeutic value than it is about food production in the sense of saving money or that kind of stuff. It's really about learning, it's about working with the ground, it's working within nature.
However, when we got to the gym, I just couldn't resist showing off my athletic abilities.
Do you come here often, Phil?
It might look like it, but no.
No?
No.
Maybe this is the best time to challenge you to 10 push-ups? Or who does the most push-ups?
Well, it definitely won't be me.
Let's do it, let's do it,
Okay.
let's do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I give up.
I have a lot more weight to carry than you do.
I give up.
My name's Rodney Evans and I've been working with Tiglin for about 20 years. Tonight we're going out on the street. We bring the trolley, as you can see, hot water, cold water, hot meals, tea, coffee, and biscuits and bars.
Why is it important that we go on the streets?
Well, there's lots of people inside in the Lighthouse, but there are certain people that we normally deal with, they don't like buildings, they're not happy, they're not content with people close quarters, so they basically live on the street. So if we don't go to them, they won't come here and they won't be fed.
All right, so let's go, let's do this.
Okay.
I have found that most of the people that come into us, they have a great sense of humour. And even though everything is falling apart, they have lost everything, their sense of humour when they come into us, and you can see the strength of character, and you just go, these individuals, if given the right supports, given housing, given whatever they need, they have a good opportunity to turn their lives around.
My father was an amateur pilot, and one of the exercises that he had to do when he was being taught how to fly was to make the airplane go around, and that was called looping the loop. Well, there's loops in this as well. I wouldn't have the courage to get up and fly an airplane and loop the loop.
But you're doing that with your knitting, and that's...
Yes. Yes, I'm looping the loop.
I remember when you're in school and the teacher asks you what's your ambition, nobody says, I want to be homeless. So all of these individuals have a story. And I have met the most wonderful people who are now engineers, artists, singers, social care managers who were homeless on the streets.
I was homeless and on the streets, and I was living in a tent. I was in and out of addiction for 20 years, you know. But the bravest thing that I ever done was to ask for help and say I can't do it on my own. And I still can't do it on my own. But to where I am today now, I mean, I love working at a coffee shop. I have a crafting business, you know. I make all this stuff, which I love to do, because I talk about finding broken pieces of materials and making them beautiful again, because that's the way I have a reflection of myself. I was broken once, and now I'm made beautiful again through God.